What's up, everyone? It's Books&Looks TV. So today I'm going to be talking about Tyla and the VMA Awards. A lot of people felt that Tyla was being disrespectful to the presenters of the awards, and there were people who also felt that she shouldn't have received an award. There were some who felt like she was being quote-unquote entitled or referred to as an uppity African. And I think that oftentimes beauty capital is associated with a stigma or stereotype that beautiful people typically don't have to or don't treat, I guess you could say, a common person with respect. And in this regards, it's not to say that Halle or Nas X aren't like beautiful Black people, but it's just that I do think that there's sometimes this like stigma that the light skinned or ambiguous woman is this mean girl. And I think that sometimes when people just don't like you, unfortunately, they will look at you in a negative way. And that's not to say that Tyla's hands are clean, that she doesn't take advantage of her privilege. I do think that some people with any privilege will maximize it. But I do think it's important to look at the bigger argument of what is considered Afrobeats compared to what is considered an entirely different genre in South Africa, and who gets nominated for what. And I think that kind of goes back into like the conversation of race, even when it comes to like pop and R&B. And I think that Tyla is someone who people arguably talk about entering Black spaces and not giving credit or taking advantage of something. It does show that there's this level of, hey, this multiracial person is palatable. And because of this, and maybe I find them more desirable, that I will put them above these non-ambiguous Black people or monoracial Black people. Let's just get back to like more of what happened. So for context, just in case you still aren't clear, Tyla did receive her first nomination at the VMA Awards, and she won the category for Afrobeats with her song Water, which was a song that also earned her a Grammy at the 66 Grammy Awards. Tyla is often going against these major Afrobeats artists again. Afrobeats often has its own like rhythm and distinct sound, and oftentimes people associate it with West Africa and Nigeria in particular. A lot of people feel like Tyla hasn't really held her own in that regards to go against some of these big names. And I will acknowledge that Tyla has like given acknowledgement to Tim's. And in general, she often says she represents Africa. But I think it's very telling that this is the second time Tyla has won a major award, and she has felt like she has to double down or acknowledge the fact that she probably shouldn't be up there. Even I believe it was the BT Awards when she went against like Sexy Red. And one of the cringiest moments, in my opinion, is when she said, "I love Sexy Red's music." And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with saying that. But I think she understood that the popular opinion was Sexy Red probably should have won that award. Yes, people should get bashed in any success they get. But I think that Tyla feels some type of guilt, and she cares about the public opinion. So if she wants to keep this demeanor of, I'm this sweet and dainty petite girl, and people are jealous of me, that she has to play the victim role to a degree. That's just my opinion. So Tyla would acknowledge that this award was a bit baffling or bittersweet to her because she is not typically a part of the Afrobeats genre. She says that in South Africa, they have this genre called Amapiano. And if I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. But it's a genre distinct from Afrobeats, again, with its roots in South Africa. And it's known for its smooth, vibrant beats and unique dances like bouncing, shuffling, and Makoma.
So Tyla won the best Afrobeats in the MTV VMA Awards. And I'm like, how? No, how? How? Because as far as I'm concerned, Tyla is not an Afrobeat artist. Like, see, Tyla does not even have one Afrobeat song. Then how did she fall in that category? See, I know most of you don't want to say this, but me, I go talk, and because as a day like this, it they pay me. Like, do you know how many people that is in that category? Davido, Burna Boy, Ira Star. Like, see, She even mentioned it herself. Listen now.
I come from South Africa. I represent Amapiano.
You see, she even said it herself that she represents Amapiano. So how did she fall in that category of Afrobeats? What does Tyla know about Afrobeats, for crying out loud? See, I don't know, people of this world, most especially Africans, there is nothing you people do without applying politics. Now wow, una too do safe. Like, I don't understand. See, she indirectly mocked us, saying that shout out to people that are in the same category with me. Listen now.
And I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Star, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, Wizkid, Burna Boy, all of us.
I'm not trying to hate on Tyla or anything. I know she's pursuing her own music career, you understand? But Africans, una own mago too much. Now wow, this one enter me. If I make an Amapiano beat, South Africans, you people come at me, you people come for me. Come to my comment section and start telling me you don't know how to make Amapiano beats. This one, South Africans, we are Amapiano. Stop spoiling Amapiano. Stop doing, we are the this one, we are the that one. Still the same you people came to our own category. What did they worry you yourself? I know you people will come for me, but I want to ask you, what is Tyla doing in the Afrobeat category? For crying out loud. Tyla, Afrobeat. Where is Davido? Where is Burna Boy? Where is Wizkid? Where is Loj? Where are all these people? What happened? Why they not win? I beg, come on, this thing for my face, Joe.
And it has gained its own recognition also in the music space. So some people could even argue that, yes, every region has these things they're known for. And Tyla, again, being ambiguous and being from this predominantly, unfortunately, colonized place in South Africa, where colored is a entirely different caste system or an entirely separate group of people, is problematic in itself. And the fact that not only is she being a representation for a primarily Black West African music group, but she also gets to maneuver into the American spaces and what some people would say disrespect Black culture again. And so when I think of Tyla, I often think of early Beyonce. So obviously Beyonce had a level of talent, but her being an ambiguous woman, her being someone who was pushed into the limelight, into the industry, I think that gives people a lot of favor. And I think for Tyla, she could be compared to that because early on, a lot of people were saying Beyonce can't sing. A lot of people are saying Tyla doesn't have strong vocal skills. There are some people who are saying that she can't even sing, that she is more of a dancer, aka an entertainer. And who knows, maybe Tyla will prove people wrong and show people that she does have vocal presence as well as stage presence. And I do know that some people do like what some people call whisper singing. But again, I do think that what helps Tyla, again, similar to Beyonce, is that she has a look that is promoted throughout the industry. So now I'm going to play some public opinion and then I'm going to get my conclusion.
I have a question. So I don't like Tyla. Now that doesn't mean I hate her because I don't think I hate anybody. She's just simply not for me. Personally, I think that her music is mediocre. It's not anything new that I've never heard before. I don't think that her talent equates to the level of success and fame that she has. There's so many other dark-skinned artists that I think deserve that more than her. I'm talking about Thames, Ira Star, and they work hard. To me, Tyla just fits every stereotype that you need to be famous. Now, with all of that, why is it that when I tell somebody this, they come to the conclusion that I'm jealous and envious and I want to be light-skinned? Is it impossible to not like somebody without being jealous of them? And if we're talking about her appearance, she is beautiful. Now that I think of it, I don't think I have anything personally against her. It's more so with the industry because that's what they pushed. Same thing with Ice Spice. Light skin, thick, she can twerk, pretty.
Okay, so see how Tyla gave that speech at the VMAs saying that while she's winning this award, it's bittersweet because she's in a space that she knows she didn't deserve an award for. She's basically getting an award for being an Afrobeats artist when her music isn't necessarily Afrobeats. So she's admitting that she's winning an award in a space where women who actually make Afrobeats music, like Tim's, should have actually won. But no one can understand why Black Americans are so upset that she's being marketed to Black Americans in Black American spaces and winning awards for things when she's not Black and doesn't consider herself Black. But notice that she spoke out about this. Why? Because she knows South Africans have power. She knows that she can't step on the feet of these people or piss them off, or she won't have their support. So many non-Black Americans come over here, be in our spaces, dress like us, appropriate our culture, and pay us no respect, just give us dust. And they do that because they believe we have no power. Look in the comment section of all the people who stand up for Tyla against Black Americans. They all say the same things that white people say. You're just jealous of her, y'all have no power, so we don't care. And we just gonna keep letting them do it, because when this Tyla situation happened, Black people clocked that shit immediately. Very proud of my people. Because we are starting to wake up. We're starting to wake up to the fact that all people who are not specifically Black Americans hate us, copy us, steal from us, then come over here and have no fucking respect for us. And now that we want to be acknowledged for our culture and protect our culture and support our people for our talent, everyone else is mad. Because they feel entitled to our things, to our culture, and being in our spaces without ever having to acknowledge or respect our culture, while making money off of the things that we aren't even able to make money from. So when she changed her little bio to uppity, entitled, blah blah, and she's just basking in the ambience of Black Americans being mad, we're gonna be okay with it, y'all. We're gonna be fine with that, because just like that Daniel Caesar dude, trust me when I say, they gonna yell, cancel me, I don't care, because y'all ain't got no power, and we gonna show them. They not like us, and we gonna stand together, because we starting to wake up to all the BS. So go ahead, Tyla, do your things. Have your little dainty arms, not being able to hold the trophies. Girl, I bench press. So you go ahead and do what you do.
The interesting thing to me about Tyla is that she had this ability to kind of like stir up controversy for just being herself. But the thing is, her identity is what's controversial, so it's always going to cause controversy, you know? It's been about a year since Tyla blew up in the US, and we are still having these colored conversations. I'm just so tired of all of this. I'm sorry. The issue about Tyla conversations is it never stops at her identity. It never stops at the colored identity. It always goes on to something else completely different. African Americans versus South Africans or other nations in Africa. Like, what are we doing here? I personally thought we were over this colored nonsense, but I'm sorry. African Americans and South Africans are taking it to a whole nother level that I should not even be going to. Like, at this point, I can't even listen to that South African song, Swalabam, because y'all have made it so connected to, like, diasporas. Y'all are so irritating. I really don't give a damn about the whole Tyla award situation. And the crazy thing to me is that Olivia Rodrigo had a similar situation of her being like, oh, I can't hold this award, it's too heavy. But with Tyla, y'all just acting weird. Y'all just hate Tyla so much. I'm just so sorry. Y'all don't even have to like Tyla, but the thing is, y'all get on this app every other whatever and want to make these hate videos about Tyla. We don't care to shut up and talking about her. And then Africans are getting on this app being like, African Americans, they just want her to be demure and be very quiet and da-da-da-da-da, and they're like, Africans. That's not what it is. That's really not what it is at all. I'm so sorry, that's BS, and I can tell. A lot of African Americans, from what I've seen, do like African music. So the issue is not Tyla being African. They like listening to Thames, CK, Love Noir TT, Burna Boy. The issue with Tyla, I think, is first of all because of this whole colored identity BS, which I don't even care about anymore. I think another big part of it is the fact that every single time Tyla is mentioned, South Africans want to get horribly xenophobic. And I'm like, not too much coming from a group of people who 40 years ago couldn't even... Let me not even get into that, because let me be demure and mindful, right? But these South Africans get on this internet and try to act like they are the better Black people and all this BS that I don't really care about. But I'm like, at the end of the day, you lost, we both ate shit. Like, shut up. Anyways, I really think that Tyla is becoming a scapegoat for Africans and African Americans who just hate on each other, and I'm getting really tired of it. Just shut up and listen to the music and move the fuck on.
I do think that people, specifically Americans, can be xenophobic towards Tyla, and then I do think that Black people are just wanting to gatekeep the culture, because a lot of times our culture is pretty much appropriated and we don't get to say what matters to us. And I honestly will say, I remember watching like a video and people said, you know, we need to vote and buy people's music who's dark skinned, buy people's music, support people who are with African countries like Thames, etc. And I don't think it's anything wrong with also being vocal about, hey, this is messed up and I don't appreciate it. I don't want people using that as a way to silence Black Americans, But I do think that as Black Americans, we do have to uplift our own beauty standard and also uplift people who are dark skinned and just as talented too. Airing your grievances towards mulatto women in the industry is sometimes fair because there is an obvious way that Tyla moves with her privilege through African American spaces, but doesn't always respect it. And often at the end of the day, Black people tend to be looked at as angry or jealous. And not to say there might not be some people who are, but I do think that there is a such thing as righteous anger. And I do think that Black people, just like anybody else, have a reason to express their emotion and pain. I think that South Africans will always defend her, a lot of them, similar to how Black people defended Kendrick when it came to like the Kendrick versus Drake. But I do think at the end of the day, while representation may matter, I think that people are living vicariously through ambiguous multiracial people, especially for this like idea of the American dream. And I think now it's just kind of like in your face. And so when people see it, again, they do become upset. So those are like generally my thoughts about this subject. What y'all think? Let me know down below. And thank you so much for listening to Books and Looks TV. I'll see y'all next time.